Good morning everyone. Today we are discussing about catalytic hydrogenation of alkenes. We are all know alkenes containing double bond. One is sigma bond and another one is pi bond. Because the carbon-carbon pi bond is relatively weak and quite reactive, easily broken, and the reagent can be added to the carbon. Reagents are added through the formation of a single bonds to carbon in an addition reaction. In this example, we are taking an alkene. It is treated with a reagent. In this, carbon-carbon pi bond is broken. This reagent is added to both the carbon atoms. Introduction. Alkene addition reaction is a process called hydrogenation. Alkene addition of hydrogen is known as hydrogenation. In hydrogenation reaction, two hydrogen atoms are added across the double bond of an alkene, resulting in a saturated alkane. We are all know we are taking an alkene, it undergoes reduction with hydrogen to form an alkene. Alkane. Hydrogenation of a double bond is thermodynamically favorable reaction because it forms a more stable product. We are all know lower energy is the more stable, higher energy is less stable. In other words, the energy of the product is lower than the energy of the reactant. We are taking an example, it is having the energy. The reactant energy is higher than the product, more stable. The energy of the product is lower than the energy of the reactant. It is an exothermic reaction. Then in this heat released is called heat of hydrogenation. This is the example of ethene. Ethene is treated with hydrogen in presence of palladium catalyst to form a saturated alkane like ethane. It is another example for cyclohexene. Hydrogenation of cyclohexene. We are taking cyclohexene. It is also undergo hydrogenation in presence of palladium catalyst to form cyclohexane. Although hydrogenation of an alkene is thermodynamically favorable reaction, it will not proceed without addition of a catalyst. Alkene hydrogenation is thermodynamically favorable, but it does not proceed without addition of a catalyst. Uh, this is the figure for representation of activation energies and reaction coordinates and energy. In this activation energy of catalyzed reaction and activation energy of uncatalyzed reaction, pink color curve represent activation energy of catalyzed reaction. Green color curve represents activation energy of uncatalyzed reaction, whereas we are taking ethylene and it forms an ethane. This is an exothermic reaction. We are using so many catalysts. Mostly used are insoluble metals such as palladium in the form of PDC, platinum in the form of PTO2, and nickel in the form of Rani nickel. With the presence of a metal catalyst, the hydrogen-hydrogen bond in H2 cleaves and each hydrogen attached to the metal catalyst surface, forming a metal hydrogen bonds. The metal catalyst also absorbs the alkene onto its surface. First, alkene is treated with a metal like platinum oxide or palladium or Rani nickel. That alkene is absorbed by that metal surface and a hydrogen atom is transferred to that alkene, forming a new CH bond. Second hydrogen atom is transferred, forming another CH bond. At this point, two hydrogens have added to the carbons across the double bond. because the physical arrangement of that alkene and the hydrogens on a flat metal catalyst surface, the two hydrogens must add it to the same phase of the double bond, displaying syn addition. Two hydrogens have added to the carbons across the double bond. Physical arrangement of alkene and hydrogens on a flat metal surface, catalyst surface. Due to the attachment of that alkene on the metal surface, these two hydrogens are added on the same phase of the double bond, displaying syn addition. Excuse me. This is the catalytic hydrogenation of alkene. We are taking an alkene. This is treated with a metal catalyst surface. We are taking palladium, platinum, rare nickel, where we are taking any one of it. Then this alkene added to the metal surface, and then it forms one of the hydrogen. This bond should be broken. Alkene metal bond should be broken on one side. That hydrogen is added to that carbon. First, we are seeing this alkene is added to metal catalyst surface. In the second step, this hydrogen atom is transferred to that alkene. From here, hydrogen atom is transferred to that alkene to form a bond like this. In the third step, second hydrogen is also transferred to form hydrogen. Due to the physical arrangement of this alkene, both the hydrogens are added to the same side of the double bond. This is known as syn addition. This is about catalytic hydrogenation. Alkenes undergoes reduction is known as hydrogenation of alkene. We are using homogeneous catalyst or heterogeneous catalyst. Homogeneous catalyst means Wilkinson's catalyst. It is an important catalyst. Homogeneous catalyst, that is, or Wilkinson's catalyst, is known as chloro-tris triphenyl phosphine rhodium. Chloro-tris triphenyl phosphine rhodium is known as Wilkinson's catalyst. It is used as a homogeneous hydrogenation catalyst. It is a diamagnetic square planar 16 electron complex. The oxidation state of rhodium in Wilkinson's catalyst is +1, and it shows dsp2 hybridization for rhodium. What is Wilkinson's catalyst? Chloro-tris triphenyl phosphine rhodium is known as Wilkinson's catalyst. It is also known as homogeneous hydrogenation catalyst. It is a diamagnetic square planar 16 electron complex. Oxidation state of rhodium in Wilkinson's catalyst is +1. It shows dsp2 hybridization for rhodium. It can be prepared by reacting rhodium trichlorine with trichlororhodium with water molecule in excess of triphenyl phosphine and ethanol to form chloro-tris triphenyl phosphine rhodium, that is Wilkinson's catalyst. It is very important, and it is also useful for selective hydrogenation of alkenes and alkanes without affecting the functional groups C double bond O, CN, NO2, aryl, CO2R, etc. We are using this Wilkinson's catalyst. It only reduces the double bonds. So it is known as a selective hydrogenation reagent, and it does not affect the carbon double bond O, cyanide groups, nitro groups, or aryl groups, or carboxyl group, etc. It does not affect. It is known as Wilkinson's catalyst. What is Wilkinson's catalyst? It is very important. Wilkinson's catalyst is known as tris trichloro triphenyl phosphine rhodium is known as Wilkinson's catalyst. The oxidation state for rhodium is +1 and the hybridization is DsP2. Next one, hydroformylation. Hydroformylation, also known as oxosynthesis or oxo process. It is an industrial process for production of aldehydes from alkenes. Alkenes gives aldehydes. This is known as hydroformylation. The chemical reaction entitles the net addition of formyl group and a hydrogen atom to a carbon-carbon double bond. This process has a continuous growth and aldehydes are easily converted into many secondary products. For example, aldehydes are hydrogenated to alcohols that are converted to detergents. Hydroformylation is also used in specialty chemicals relevant to the organic synthesis of fragrances and drugs. The development of hydroformylation is one of the premier achievements of 20th century. This is about the reaction of hydroformylation. We are taking the alkene, then addition of formyl group HC double bond O. Both the hydrogens double bond should be broken to form any one of the carbon is attached by the formyl group. Then it is known as hydroformylation. The process entitles the treatment of an alkene, typically with high pressures, of carbon monoxide and hydrogen at temperatures between 40 to 200 degrees centigrade. Formaldehyde is used in place of synthesis gas. Transition metal catalysts are required. Invariably, the catalyst dissolves in the reaction medium, that is hydroformylation is example of homogeneous catalyst. It is also an example for homogeneous catalyst. Mechanism of cobalt catalyzed hydroformylation. The process begins with dissociation of CO group from cobalt tetracarbonyl hydrate to give 16 electron species. First we are taking cobalt species. From this one of the cobalt CO group, carbon monoxide group is eliminated to form HCO, CO taken thrice. Cobalt one of the carbon monoxide group is eliminated to form this HCO, CO taken thrice. To this compound, one of the alkene is added. Elimination of CO group, that place alkene group is added to form HCO, CO thrice, CH2 double bond, CHR. In the next step, a double bond should be broken to form RCH2. One of the hydrogen is added to that double bond to form RCH2, CH2, CO, CO3 taken thrice. From here, HCO, one double bond should be broken. One CO group is added to CH2 group. H group is added to RCH to form RCH2, CH2CO, CO taken thrice. In the next step, addition of CO group taken place to form RCH2, CH2CO, CO taken 4. Small capital C and small O represent cobalt. Both capital O and capital C represent carbon monoxide group. In the first step, addition of CO group, carbon monoxide group to form RCH2, CH2, CO, CO taken 4. In the next step, dissociation. This group CO taken 4 group can be written as RCH2, CH2, CO, cobalt, CO taken thrice. And then in the next step, addition of hydrogenation takes place. RCH2, CH2CO, small c, capital C, small O, H2, CO thrice. And then in the final step, formation of RCH2, CH2. One of the hydrogen is added to form carbonyl group CHO. To form this group, here mechanism of cobalt catalyzed the formulation begins cobalt tetracarbonyl hydrate to give 16 electron species. Subsequent binding of an electron gives 18 electron species. In the third step, olefin inserts to give 16 electron alkyl tricarbonyl. Coordination of another equivalent CO give alkyl tetracarbonyl group. Migratory insertion of CO gives 16 electron acyl in the fifth step, whereas in sixth step oxidative addition of hydrogen gives a dihydrido complex, which in step 7 releases aldehyde by reductive elimination, whereas in step 8 is unproductive and reversible. Whereas in first step we are taking cobalt tetracarbonyl hydrate species, elimination of one carbonyl group and the addition of alkene to form this group. Alkene insertion can be done, whereas in the third step a double bond should be broken. Hydrogen, one of the carbon is added to hydrogen and one of the carbon is added to cobalt group to form this compound. In the fourth step, addition of carbonyl group to form tetracarbonyl species can be formed, whereas in the fifth step insertion of carbonyl group to form a acyl group, like in the fifth step, whereas migratory insertion of CO gives 16 electron acyl in the fifth step. This is the fifth step, whereas in sixth step oxidative addition of hydrogen gives, here oxidative addition of hydrogen gives a carbonyl aldehyde, gives a hydrogen, gives a dihydrido complex. This is a dihydrido complex, whereas in seventh step releases aldehyde by reductive elimination. From here reductive elimination can be done to form this compound. This is about hydroformylation. Thank you.